Hi there, my name is Alex. I am one of the naturalists at Okeeheelee Nature Center, and I'm also a certified yoga instructor. So today we're going to do a couple poses that focus on areas of the body that maybe don't get enough attention, especially now if we've been staying home, maybe we're spending more time on the computer or watching TV. These areas of the body are going to need a little bit of love and attention. So I just want to remind everyone, if you have any injuries or if any of the poses that we do are causing sensations of pain or like sharp sensations, to please come out of the poses. We don't want anyone getting hurt, and I'll offer a couple of alternative stretches for the ones that are a little more intense. So the most important thing is to just listen to the body, make sure that you are honoring how your body feels and not pushing it too far. And with that said, we can go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and start with the eyes. We're going to take our hands together and just rub our palms for maybe about 10 to 15 seconds until the palms of your hands are feeling nice and warm and energized. Once you've got them all warmed up, we're going to form a hollow around our eyes. So fingertips to forehead, palms of the hand to your cheeks. And take a deep breath here. Gently allow the eyes to close. Soak up that darkness, that little respite from staring at screens all day. And allow the heat that you've generated to soften and energize the eyes. We'll take 5 nice deep breaths here, but you can stay as long as it feels good for you. When you're ready, we can gently lower the eyes back to either the knees or in the lap. Maybe keep the eyes closed for another breath. And then you can gently open them. That's a really nice pose to do if you've been working from home, staring at the computer for a little too long. Give your eyes a break. So the next body part we're going to focus on is going to be the wrists. We can go ahead and come into our tabletop pose. Fingers spread out nice and wide. Our hips are over our knees. Toes are tucked or untucked, whatever feels good for you. You just take one kind of neutral cat-cow here. So inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, dropping the head. And for our next cat-cow, we're just going to take the right hand and turn the fingers back to face the knees. So this one can be a little intense. If at any point this doesn't feel good or if this is feeling painful in the wrists, go ahead and just sit back on your heels and we'll meet you there, and I'll offer you some alternative stretches. So with your right fingers turned back, inhale, drop the belly, and exhale around the spine. Now we're going to turn the left fingers back. Inhale, cow pose, and exhale, cat. And turn the right fingers back forward. And left fingers. And we're back where we started. So we can go ahead and come back to sit on our heels. Maybe take a second to roll the wrists out. If you're going clockwise, just make sure, or counterclockwise, make sure you just go the opposite direction. And if you want an additional wrist stretch, or if that one was a little too intense, you can extend the arms out. We'll start with the left hand, using the right hand, just drawing those fingers back towards the body. And release gently, and then allow that hand to drop, and we'll just do the opposite direction. We'll switch sides. So even if you did do the cat-cow one, this one still feels really good. And so we're going to come on to our, tuck our toes, and we're going to start with a toe stretch. So you can just allow the hips to sit back on the heels. Again, this one might be a little intense, so we'll be here for 5 breaths, but if at any point you need to come out, you can come into child's pose and we'll meet you there. So allowing the weight to kind of settle onto the heels. And if this is hard on the knees, you can also use a towel under the knees or even between the hips and the heels, and that provides a little bit more space here. Two more breaths. So gently make our way into child's pose. You can untuck the toes, you can either keep the knees kind of parallel, or you can take a wide knee child's pose, whatever feels better for you. This one's a little bit deeper of a forward stretch, or a hip opener. We'll take one more deep breath here. And now we're going to plant the hands again and make our way into downward facing dog. So tucking those toes, lifting those hips up. You can alternate your heels. We call this walking the dog. So you can bend one knee and reach the other heel to the earth and then switch sides. Your toes should feel nice and awake right now. Take that nice long spinal stretch. And then, keeping those knees nice and bent, we're going to begin to just take some small steps towards the top of the mat. Keeping those knees nice and bent, we're going to come into our ragdoll pose. So you can allow the hands to hang, you can take alternate elbows, but the most important part is allowing the weight of the head to hang. You can nod your head yes, shake your head no, but we want to allow the neck some freedom here. Allowing the weight of the head to drop towards the earth. One more breath. And we'll begin to let the hips drop and make our way onto our sits bones and down onto our back. Drawing the knees into the chest, we'll just make some small little circles with the sacrum. So take a couple circles and then just make sure that you go in the opposite direction. This is a nice little self-massage for the low back. If you've been doing a lot of sitting, this is a nice way to kind of wake up this part of the body. Take a breath, kind of rock back and forth, up to sit, and we're done. So any of those poses can be done for as long as you like, as long as it feels good to the body, but those are just a couple ways to bring a little bit more awareness and attention to some of the parts of the body that do so much for us, but maybe we don't always think about them. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.